Hey Stuart, I would like to ask about the double breathing technique. Do I need to do it every time during the class when I'm not focused?
Yes.
So
Yes.
if I'm not focused.
The purpose of the double breathing exercise is to open you up. It's to get you out of your head, to get you focused inside, to bring energy, prana into the chakra system so the chakras expand. That's the purpose of the double breathing exercise. Once you get open inside, you understand the higher energy will come and it'll do a much better job than even the breathing and of developing your chakra system. But the purpose of the exercise is to get you open so that you can receive that Shakti, that energy that comes from the universe, and it can work on you and strengthen your entire inner life. So if you start thinking, daydreaming at any point in the class, then you just bring your attention back down below the navel and you do that double breathing exercise to get you open.
Even if it's like every 2 minutes if I'm not focused?
Well, I hope it's not every 2 minutes, because then you're not even involved in the class if it's every 2 minutes. Part of the training here is to learn how to keep it from being every 2 minutes. That's a big part of this training. I mean, you, through conditioning yourself to stay focused below the navel, eventually you just live that way. You do it. I mean, in many of these classes, I might take one breath, 2 breaths inside, because I'll sit here and I am so used to being focused in that chakra that it just, and that higher energy comes and it just works on my whole inner life.
Hmm.
So if you have a mind that is very chaotic and unruly, it's just telling you that you've got to condition yourself to be focused below the navel. That'll quiet the mind. And I honestly, it takes time. You think I learned how to do this in 3 months? It took years to learn how to do this. It was ultimately just working against all the bad habits I developed from the time I was born.
I understand, thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone, I mean, look, just to finish this, the most active and busy place probably on the planet Earth is the human mind. It's nonstop yak, 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 and it's been going on for years inside all people to get the mind quiet, to learn how to transform the mind into a surgical instrument that will open the core of your being. It is simply the end result of getting training, of learning how to do it. And you have to have patience with yourself, because for so many years, just about everyone on the planet Earth lives with this mind that never shuts up. And it takes time to reverse that, to learn how to get centered inside. In many ways, it's like learning the martial arts. I mean, all of the martial arts are about is chi. I mean, all of the stuff they do, the throwing people, the breaking bricks, the breaking wood with their hands, and all that stuff, it's all chi. And it's all learning in the martial arts how to get focused in the chakra below the navel. Because that's exactly where the source of chi is. I mean, it'd be a good thing if they taught each other how to open the heart. Well, there's people getting beat up. I mean, I once knew a guy who was some kind of champion martial artist, and it's a long time ago. And I'm walking in the streets with him, and he's talking about. I just stopped him and I said, "Look, let me ask you a question. The greatest of the martial arts masters, they probably never get into a fight." And he looked at me and he started to laugh, and he said, "You're right. Their chi is so strong that it transforms the anger in people before you can even get to the martial arts master." Our work is no different. It's when Rudy went to meet Nityananda the first time. The energy, the chi, the power of Nityananda was so strong that it transformed everything in Rudy before he got to Nityananda. He was ready to do deep inner work and to change inside himself. This is no different. Doesn't matter where in the world you live, if you sit down and try this exercise, you will feel the power that flows from Rudy and Nityananda through myself directly to you. And space is no big deal. Doesn't mean anything. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stuart, I'll just ask you, before you got very clearly proficient at getting centered, when it was challenging for you, uh, was there anything that stands out that was very helpful to?
So challenging. It never stops being challenging. And what was helpful was I had a profound need from the earliest periods of my life to have a spiritual life. That's what helped me get through. I can't tell you the crap I've been. I mean, I never go into really the crap I've been through in my life. And that's what helped me get through everything. This need in me to be with God, to serve God, to not interfere with the energy of spirit that flows through so I can be of service in the world. That's what works. And that's always worked for me. And also, I always had very little patience for bullshit, no matter where it came from my family, friends, people I knew close to, girlfriends. I never had patience. I could live with people, but I would never nurture the bullshit in people. So, and I realized at a very early age, Stuart, you are incapable of doing this on your own. I knew this from the moment I decided to have a spiritual life when I was 16 years old. I said to myself, I need to find somebody who has mastered this. Not somebody who's giving me religious ideas and all kinds of lectures on what's right in life and wrong in life. I never could take that kind of stuff. It wasn't for me. But somebody like Rudy, who just lived it, he was this incredible being. And through the blessing of God, I was given the opportunity to spend an awful lot of time around him. And I saw it in action. And I said, Stuart, this is what you've got to learn. Whatever you got to go through, you have to learn how to do this. So a combination of need and seeing it in somebody else who was probably the most loving person I ever met, but also the sternest taskmaster I ever met. He would kick my ass with a lot of love, but he got me to do the work. And I always came out of it with such deep gratitude for what he gave me in the training and the ability to take anything in life and make it work for me to help me get closer to God. That was the purpose of it. Whatever it is, you have to find a way that it can help you get closer to God. And I found through this meditation exercise a way of transforming anything into a spiritual life. So all of those things are combined factors that enabled me to, look, I was a pretty drugged out, neurotic young man, very insecure when I was younger, very full of fear, anger. Anger was a big one in me. Now I don't have any anger. I mean, what's to be angry about? That there's nonsense in the world. There's always been nonsense in the world. So using this meditation, having a great teacher, spending an incredible amount of time around him, and learning from him, and then using this meditation to transform anything that happened to me, the worst. And I can tell you situations that are scarily horrible that happened to me in my life. Post Rudy, but I knew that I had to turn them into something that helped me get closer to God. And I always found a way to do it. That was the training I got from Rudy. The training I'm trying to give all of you, because it's the key to it, because there's always going to be something that comes along in anyone's life that's going to test them. Always. I still have it today. Things come out of where they come from. They just come, And my job is, how will this help me to grow? All right, I go deep in myself. I open, I ask for, the universe to provide the energy, to give me the strength to transform these things into whatever it is that's going to help me to get closer to God, to take the next step in my life. And then you become a spiritual warrior. You really do. It's like Manjushri with the sword of wisdom, the Bodhisattva. You become a spiritual warrior. And if you want a spiritual life, you truly have to become a spiritual warrior. Does anyone else have a question?
Sorry, always you said God. So I know that God is like a religion, Shinto religion, like emptiness. Or Western people say Jesus or Buddha. Or there are so many gods, So you said God is what is that God for you? Like a universe or higher energy?
Wait, let me, okay. Atsuko, God is a word. Okay.
What?
A word. Word. W-O-R-D. Word.
A word.
And I cannot define it. I am incapable of defining what is indefinable. And that is energy in the universe that transcends all human understanding. I
thought so. Yeah, I think so. What you say.
And I am not a theologian. I don't have a mind that works that way. It's a word to me because we talk in words,
Mm-hmm. I see.
It's just using a word, but what it means, I have no idea.
I see.
I don't even want to know, to be honest. All I know is that if I open to that energy, I grow every day of my life. That's all I know. And my job is to consciously and continuously open to what's infinite in the universe, because that will help me grow every single day of my life. And beyond that, I don't have to understand how to define it, because all that does is bring it down to my own understanding, and that has to be far inferior to infinite energy in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very nice to hear that. Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, when I was younger, I used to go to synagogues and churches, and all I heard about was God and God, and God is righteous, and God is, going to kill you, and God is going to beat you up if you don't follow the path. And I said, no, my life can't function that way. What can I learn from higher energy to use in my life in order to build, a system inside myself that frankly becomes less and less so we can receive more and more.
I have a question, Stuart.
Yes.
I am very much appreciative of all of the experiences that show me that I need to still work on myself. When I become angry about something, when I'm triggered about something, I'm still struggling with I guess self-compassion. Like I get mad at I still get there's a part of me that still gets mad at myself for reacting that way, even though I know that I can work through it with this meditation and I know that it's just a moment and it'll pass and I'm human.
Let me ask you a question. Are you perfect?
No, far from it. And I understand that, but the self-judgment I think gets in the way of my practice.
I'll ask you again. Are you perfect?
I know.
All right. So just do your work, okay? You can get angry, okay? In your anger, don't do damage to anybody. Okay, just allow it to go deep in yourself. Bring the anger into the chakra below the navel. You will transform it into chi, and you'll be grateful to whatever made you angry because it taught you how to transform anger into love.
Yeah, I think I'm still struggling with the understanding that I'm allowed to be angry. I don't know. I know it doesn't make much sense.
Well, you're going to get angry. I mean, even I get angry in seconds, and then it just disappears, And when, people do very dumb things, and then, oh, Stuart, stop it, just learn and grow and use it to better your life. And you're not perfect. I'll say it again, okay? You're not perfect. You're allowed to get angry occasionally, but you're not allowed to use it to do damage to anybody,
That
Then
makes
you
a lot of sense.
take it to the chakra below the navel. You will learn how to transform your anger. And when you learn how to do that, you'll have less and less anger in your life. I mean it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I just, a little announcement I'll make. I'm very happy that my daughter and her boyfriend have found an apartment, and they moved into the apartment. And she is no longer working in my apartment here where I live. And I'm having in-person class. I mean, I had Pat Fay here just about all week. We've had in-person classes every day. If people want to come, let me know. You're welcome. I do hands-on healing in those classes, and there's no set time for them. I mean, it's like, it could be 2:00 in the afternoon. I don't really have time to do it in the evenings because most evenings I'm doing this, So I'm having these in-person classes. If you would like to come, I mean, my living room has become like a museum, for God's sake, of all of this art that is really strong art, very spiritual art. And I'm happy to do it. And if people want to come, they're very welcome. People come for 3 days, 4 days, they come from out of town. There's a number of people that have already signed up for this, So if you'd like to do it, I mean, I am doing this and I'm very grateful to do this because it's also a step in my growth. And I have a place now to do it, and people are welcome. I don't have a place to put people up. I'm sorry to say that, but they have found really inexpensive hotels to stay in around me, 5-10 minute walk from where I live. So all of that is possible now if people want to do it. And I'm very grateful to have this where people can come. The only thing I ask, and I mean this, is that everybody who comes has to be vaccinated. That's the only thing I ask. And I don't want to listen to all the conspiracy theories and all this other stuff. I don't, just if you want to come, get a vaccination. And that's the only thing I ask. My only, that, and you don't do any drugs, okay? My two rules: be vaccinated while this COVID madness is going on, and no marijuana, no LSD. I'm not interested in anything. Just had a person get in touch with me who, I don't know how he activated Kundalini, but it's really a very difficult situation that he asked me about to try to help him. So, does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, if there are no more questions, then there will be a class tomorrow, same time. And as I end this every day, I'm just thankful that you're all here. You're involved in this. You're asking wonderful questions. You're forcing me to work really deep in myself, and I need this in my life. And I'm very grateful to every one of you. And God bless you. And I hope that you all are benefiting as much as I'm benefiting from this. So, I hope to see everybody, tomorrow, and have a wonderful evening, and God bless you all. And thank you.
Thank you. God bless you, Stuart.
Thank you very much, Stuart.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.